Hello and welcome to the Will or Trust What's Your Plan podcast. I'm Terence Quinn, an estate planning attorney dedicated to helping families like yours secure their futures and protect their assets. Hey, welcome back to episode 2 of Will or Trust What's Your Plan. I'm Terence Quinn, estate planning attorney. Let's jump right into the details. In today's episode, we're going to be looking into data regarding the importance of estate planning, financial security, peace of mind, all of those types of things. It's been shown through statistics that by putting a plan in place, not only are your family members who you're planning for going to experience peace of mind, but you will as well. A lot of my clients come to me and they're super concerned about a few different things. Number one, making sure they don't leave conflict and chaos when they're gone. Number two, making sure they're cared for on their terms as their health fails, if it does. And number three, making sure that they have a trusted advisor by their side as they age. They know things are changing and they want to make sure they have somebody they can trust to give them good wisdom and advice and direction during that time period. Studies have backed up those points that I've considered and come up with through my experience. Here's something I want to read from my book. Remember, Will or Trust. You can get it on Amazon right now. I'm going to go into chapter 2. Chapter 2, I'm on page 20 here. It says, research shows that individuals who engage in estate planning report higher levels of peace of mind and financial security. I can tell you from my clients, that's true. At the end of every estate planning meeting that I have, it's consistent. The majority of my clients do this sigh of relief. Oh, and they say, I'm so glad I got this done. It's consistent. That's what sold me on staying in this practice area and doing this work. Now, how does estate planning contribute to financial security? So that's one of the things and one of the concerns that people have. They want to make sure that they're building wealth correctly and that they're securing that wealth and then protecting it and properly leaving it to the next generation. How does an estate plan help in that? I'm not a financial advisor. How am I helping them do that? As an estate planning attorney, number one, my job is to help you properly acquire, build, protect, and then leave the assets that you have, your estate. And your estate is everything that you are. So when we talk about financial security from an estate planning perspective, estate planning is the process of building financial security. You can acquire a lot of wealth, but then as we talk, it's my job to help position you to protect it correctly. I put you in touch with financial advisors who can help you, with a great accountant who can help you, with life insurance agents who can help you. And while we're making sure your wishes are carried out, estate planning is much bigger than the wishes. It's also making sure things are protected correctly. So on the front end, we're protecting and building the assets in the right way through estate planning. And on the back end of estate planning, we're making sure we're leaving those assets in the right way. So it's financial security for you today, the building and protecting, and it's financial security later for them as you pass it correctly in a way that protects it for them as well. Now, one of the things that really brought estate planning to the forefront of the minds of people is that pandemic that we went through. So we just lived through one of the worst pandemics in the history of the world. We hadn't had anything like that for 100 years in our history. Well, we just lived through that back in 2020 into 2021. And one of the things that did is people were hearing about and seeing loved ones leave. It brought to their mind the importance of making sure they have things in place correctly. Probate practices exploded during that time period because people were passing unexpectedly and they didn't have the right kinds of plans in place. And so when you don't have the right kind of plan in place, you have to go through the process of probate court in order to move those assets. And probate court isn't the devil, but it's close. Typically that's the place where those fights and those battles and wars happen, and it can be very expensive. Now, it's put in place for great reasons, but it can be very expensive, and people were experiencing that. Just recently, at the time of this recording, Hurricane Helene has hit the Carolinas and the southeastern corner of our country, and I just yesterday was in a conversation with someone where a tree fell on their house, and this guy had taken over his mom's house after she passed. And because his mom hadn't planned correctly, when that tree fell and he's trying to pursue support and financing and funding to fix the place back up, he can't because she didn't plan correctly. And so between the pandemic and even recent events, people are starting to recognize the importance of getting this done. Last thing I want to talk about for this episode is how estate planning can protect assets across generations. Years ago, I was meeting with my pastor and he looked at me and Attorney Quinn, he said, Terence, he said, you're not just helping the people sitting in front of you when you're helping them put a plan in place. He said, you're helping generations that will follow them. And when I saw that, I started seeing thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And he was exactly right. Through this planning, yeah, we're building financial security now and we're putting a plan in place now that helps. But we're also making sure sure those assets are transitioning and being transferred to generations that will follow. And so how you want that to happen needs to be written in a way that we can trust. That's my job. My job is to help to hear what you want and then make sure it's written in a way where it's bulletproof. So if you don't want the kids to get those assets in their 20s, because like I probably would have in my 20s, they'll spend it, then the plan should be designed to make it available to them in their 20s, but in a way where they can't spend it all. Estate planning at its essence, at its core, and that's what you want to put in place. So listen, thank you for watching this second episode. I know it's brief. Thank you for watching it. Watch it a second time, because we talked about some things that are very important to consider as we're trying to make sure there's financial security, there's peace of mind, and you're making sure you're leaving assets in a way that works for you over time, or in the way you want it to be distributed to your heirs. Estate planning is the process to get that done. Chapter 2 of the book, Will or Trust, is going to jump into that even more. Thank you for your time. I'm Terence Quinn. It's good talking with you. As you're listening, you might be wondering, what's the next step for me? If you're ready to start securing your family's future, head over to tquinn25.com and book a free consultation with me. Together, we'll create a plan tailored to your specific needs. But don't wait. Your future deserves it.